stage.
Good evening. Woo! What an act to follow, my God. All that humor. I really feel like filled with a lot of rage lately, man. I've been reading the paper, which I don't normally do, and all I see is one murder after another of women who have done everything in their legal power to stop ex-lovers or ex-whatever the hell you want to call them from killing them, and it just keeps happening over and over and over again. And then, to top it all off, the police always have a really good excuse, like the Brookline police, in the case of Christine Lardner, who was murdered right out in like plain daylight in Alston, by saying, well, she was always attracted to abused men, therefore it kind of looks like it's her fault. And that fucking pisses me off so much, because I am and was an abused woman, and I don't see where there's any way where I could be accused of being guilty for anything except being alive and just wanting to live my life. And abuse starts early, and this is what they don't look at. You know, they don't look at the beginning of it. Perhaps these women who are attracted, like myself, or were attracted to abused men in the past, you know, maybe it starts somewhere way down deep. In my case, it started when I was pre-verbal. My grandfather used to sexually abuse me, and he didn't stop until I was 3.5 years old, and he broke my arm, and I became paralyzed from the waist down. And then my family said, well, maybe there's a problem. And it went from there. I was abused constantly by my parents, verbally, emotionally, and spiritually. My first boyfriend was really nice. That was kind of strange. It was safe because everybody thought he was gay because he was really gentle. So I got away with, you know, a lot. He wasn't macho enough. And then I went from there to one abuse after another, being beaten. I was raped once. And I don't think that that's my fault. I don't think it's anybody's fault. But I'm here to tell you all that there's ways out of it. And one of the ways out of it is to stand up for yourself. Men and women, both of you. Men, search down inside yourselves and find out what it is that makes you aggressive, and stop it. Work on yourselves spiritually. Think about it. Think about things that happened to you when you were little that hurt you, and heal it. And women, I'm asking you all to do the same thing. Don't blame each other, because it doesn't do any good. Everything starts with you. You. This first song is called She Did It, and it's about self-mutilation, which I found a lot of sexually abused women become fascinated with sharp objects, knives. I was fascinated specifically with ice picks as a child. This is about that. never fails. This next song was written about Melissa Benoist, who was murdered at 13 years old by the preacher next door. like 6 or 8 months, so this is like, whoa. I am a full-time mother and a part-time hairdresser. Where are those hairdressers? Oh, tax, please. I paid you too much to say that. Oh, yeah, the next song's really a fun one. It's called Fuck Princess. And, the last... yeah, the last abusive relationship I was in, and I mean that like to be the last, because it'll never happen again. I broke up with him and he called me a fuck princess, and I didn't know what that meant. And he said that what it meant was I devour men's cocks and leave them bleeding in the street. And then said that I was the embodiment of evil on the planet Earth. And I was like, me? This next song's an anti-child abuse song. Woo-wee! Yeah, but you know, being a single mother, man, sometimes it gets really rough, especially when you look like this. And then people always assume, you know, the worst, of course. So, and of course, those feelings, you know, and those thoughts do cross through my brain, especially after I've been awake for like 3 days, you know, because my kid's sick or has had nightmares. And I mean, every human being, I mean, we're only human. But instead of actually putting him in the plastic bag and throwing him off the balcony like my fantasy tells me I want to do, I go ahead and I kiss him and I hug him and I sing him a song. I know, isn't that sweet? Thank you. But he usually falls asleep before all of that. Yeah, okay. Moving right along. This next song is called Delete. And it's about those horrible voices that I know we all hear in our heads, man. Well, all of us that have been abused anyway. Okay, whoever was not abused, raise your hand! Holy shit, 2 people. You're in denial, let me tell you. Big time, big time. So anyway, these voices. because we only have one song left. And you know what? It's a happy one. Y'all can decide. All right. He's going to tune up the guitar. So the happy ending is that this. The happy ending is that nobody has to do anything in their lives that they don't want to do. You just have to make the decision. Either you're in pain enough, or you've just had enough, and you just can't do it anymore. And there's lots of help out there for people like us. If there's any other ones out there, I know there are.
Make it fun for us, Lois.
Oh, darling, don't worry. Don't worry. Now listen to this. It'll be lots of fun. We can bring the kids. Come on, where are all the kids? Come on, bring them out. We'll all sit around and sing You Are My Sunshine. Which always made me cry as a kid. Don't ask me why. I was like, Black Sabbath. Yeah. Is it close?
Really? Exactly.
Is it fun?
Look, all you musicians out there, just forget it.
Just forget it.
Just don't listen.
Take you a strap. Take you a fly, which is fine.
Hey, we're really rolling now.
We're right.
All right. Hello, Cleveland.
Lois, make it fun.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. You're just gonna like shit in your pants. No. Just the pee-pee comes first. And don't worry, I'll clean it up. I'm a good mother. I'll take care of you all. Not. It's called wholeness. Ah! I'm turned all All right. Now, this is called wholeness. And don't worry, it's only 2 minutes long. Ready?
Yep.
As long as we're both out of tune together, this will be fun. One, two, three, four. I should own you by now. ritual. Thank you. Good night.